Igbo Igbo ekene muno Igbo njibili nkonye chinyazelo. Yes, today we are going to delve deep into some discussions concerning Igbos. If you are not an Igbo, well, it does not concern you much. If you are from the riverine communities surrounding Igbos, yes, you can participate because genetically we all share the same ancestry. In case if you don't know. Yes, genetics has proved that. All this one, Ijo, Okreka, all those ones, we have the same lineage with the Igbos. That is the number one thing you should know. We are going to start properly. But I want you to watch this video first. Just watch this video.
Years ago, I make one post where I was making it clear that I'm unapologetically an Igbo man from Delta State. So person make one comment when it really gets me, and I've decided to throw light on that comment. I didn't make that post, first of all, to start arguing unnecessarily with anybody, but that particular comment, I won't throw some more light. So that my brother said, I am Okwane. I am not an Igbo man. Bro, we are not asking you. Nobody ask you. Nobody seek your opinion. We didn't ask you if you are an Igbo man. What I know is, if you are Okwane, as far as you are Nyocha, Oshimili, Aneka, you are an Igbo man. I'm an Eka man, and I'm a full-blooded Igbo man. My name is Chinonso. My other name is Onyedikachi. My eldest sister's name is Nneka. My eldest brother's name is Afamefuna. How do you explain to us that we are not Igbos? How do you explain to us? If I want to say come, I say bia. How do you explain to me that I am not Igbo? You telling us you're Okwane and you're not Igbo. It's like waking up one morning and you say, Daddy, no be you born me again. I want to change my name. Let's say your father's name is Onyeka. You say, Daddy, I want to change my surname from Onyeka to Cletus. The name changing is not what matters. It doesn't matter. Changing your name to Cletus does not change that Onyeka's blood runs in you. You're Onyeka's son. Change the name to whatever you like. Change your origin to whatever you like. That is just in writing, certificate. But your blood is Onyeka. You can't say you're from Okwane and you're not Igbo. You are not the owner of Okwane. You're not the one to decide. That place you're from, that Okwane you're from, is an Igbo land. That is what matters.
Just as this my brother has said, if you are born in Ikwere land, if you are born in Oba land, if you are born in Ekpe land, if you are born in Okwane land, you are born in Anyoma, you are born in Eka land, in Agbo, Madam, Oga, you are an Igbo person. You see, Ikwere does not separate you from being Igbo. The name Ekpe does not separate you from being Igbo. Ekpe is Ekpe, Eka is Eka, Ikwere is Ikwere. We don't want to do anything with Igbo. Oga, you be Igbo. If you like, keep saying this thing till you die. You be Igbo, you be Igbo. And the worst of them all is when you now bear the deep Igbo names such as Chukwuma, Chukwudi, Chiwendu, Nkechi, Nonso, Ha, Oga. You now say, I am Chukwuma from Eka. I am not Igbo. Eka is Eka. Now what for you? Now what for you? So you feel that you can convince an Hausa person or a Yoruba man that Chukwuma does not mean Igbo abi. You go explain tire. You go explain tire. I thank this my brother who is saying all this. Many of my brothers are beginning to wake up. They are beginning to see what we have seen, and they are beginning to speak up. So if you are still part of those people who are still living in this kind of myopic thinking, wash your head with Omo, wash your brain with key soap now, before it's too late. Wash your head with Omo and key soap before it's too late to. I've told you people, so that you no go die like fowl. said my own.
Yes, based on this video, this guy was reacting based on his former video. Yes, there's something he said in his former video that made this second video to come up. He was saying that if you call me Delta Igbo, I will call you Anambra Igbo. And he is very right. There is one thing we don't do, and the Igbos around other riverine areas should learn this thing. You should just learn this thing I'm trying to say now. I will say now. You see, in the southeast, we don't say Imo Igbo. You are from Enugu Igbo. No. If they ask you where you are from, then you mention your town. But if somebody that is not an Igbo ask you, you say, I am an Igbo person. I am Igbo. Whether you are from Anambra or Enugu or Ebonyi, anywhere, you say, I am Igbo. We never attached this state that was created the other day to our names. No, we don't do that. We can only differentiate ourselves when you speak. And the same way, the Deltans, the rivers, they should not say, I am Ikwere Igbo, I am Rivers Igbo. It is very wrong. You are an Igbo, simple. Whether you are from a cow, or you are from Enuanio, or you are from Anana, or you are from Ugu, or from Ndeda. You are Igbo, short and simple. It is only when you speak, you are dialect. There is what we call dialect. It's only when you speak, you are Igbo, then we that knows ourselves, we say, okay, we know this guy is from this side, is from Ika. This language is Ika side. Or if we speak, we say, okay, Nansuka side. Within ourselves, you speak Orenchi, say, you say, now Owere side. You speak that rivers side, and okay, we say, okay, now from that side. That's the only way you know. So, let's hear what this guy said before we are coming. Just watch briefly what he said that prompted this thing I'm saying. Sorry, I've talked too much without showing that video. Sorry.
I'm not a Delta Igbo man. If you call me a Delta Igbo, I'll call you Anambra Igbo. I'm a full-blooded Igbo man from Delta State, Igbo Bofu. There is nothing like Delta Igbo, Anambra Igbo, Imo State Igbo, Igbo Bofu. I'm an Igbo man from Delta State. Get this right. Make you no look for my trouble. Abmonyi Igbo is button one for peace.
So you've heard what the guy said, which is 100% correct. Many of us have not understood the difference between dialects and language. And I love what many of us are doing across this platform, social media, trying to educate people. And I love the consciousness. The consciousness now, if it was 50%, now is 70%. And I want to urge everybody, don't stop. Keep pushing. Let's educate our brothers. Yes, it is our responsibility to educate those that are falling outside. Yes, they must know. It's not a matter of choice. Let them know the truth. We Igbos, we are not after anybody, and we don't have time to encroach, just like some people that would like to, they will fight, jihad, do this one, encroach, get these people land. Igbos don't do like that. We can only stand for the truth and get the facts straight. I am going to show you the recent happenings. There's one lady like that, one lady from Okrika. Yes, she's from Okrika, and she's saying that Okrika is not Igbo. But you forgot to do research. Just do some small research and you'll be convinced. And I love the response one guy gave her, in that regards. That response is powerful. Yes, there may be mix-up, some maybe Ijo or some Igbo, some Ijo. It happens. It happens everywhere. In many towns today, even in Igbo land, if you trace the history of your own town, you see that people come from different locations to make up that your town. But the only difference is that, okay, they are all Igbos, but from different locations to make up the town. Make inquiries. You will understand what I am telling you. You know, that I'm not just talking out of what I don't know. So like I said, the Okrika people, yes, there are Ijos and there are Igbos. Make some research. And I've been sure when I was starting, I said, all these Ijos, Benio, we all have the same ancestral genetics. This is science. Google it. We all have the same genetics. From the same, they even added Yoruba. You see, Yoruba, Benio, all these people, we all have the same genetical ancestral. And if you trace it, people have been saying this thing that there is connection somewhere at Ife, and there are some traditions of Igbo tradition Yoruba people are practicing today. The Oba said it. The Oni of Ife said it the other time that we are supposed to go back and get ourselves together. You know what we are supposed to know. So it's not just coming on social media and be talking blah 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 as if it's paining you. You cannot change your makeup. You are genetically made that way. You cannot change it. The only thing you can do is to open your heart and seek the truth. That is the only thing you can do, and that is the only thing I am doing. Let's know the truth and go by the truth. Yes, it has been established that some of our brothers in these riverine areas were deceived those days to deny their Igbo origin, and to them too is an advantage that time, because the core Southeast Igbos, they were seen as the people fighting the war, and the other riverine areas, you know, denied the Igbo lineage, of which that is what they did to survive that time. Before the creation of states, what are we? How are we referred to? Don't we have our identity? Do you say that time that you are Igbo Anambra or you are Igbo Delta? Is there anything like Delta State? Is there anything like Nigeria itself? You only know that we are all Igbos. That's what we are known. Whether you are residing somewhere at Abo or you are somewhere at River State, you are only known as Igbo. There is no other thing you can use to identify yourself. Probably the only thing is the area, because towns still exist. Your town, it still exists that time. That's the only thing that differentiates us. The only thing, maybe if Takete say Onyoka or Abonyoka. Manamano, first of all, you are an Igbo before you say Igbo Onyoka. That is the way it is. So let's hear what this lady said. Then from there, you are going to hear also the response that this guy gave the lady. That response sweet me well. Guy answered her straight. Let's go.
At Okrika Igbo or whatsoever you call yourself, see, make I tell you, see all those on a silly propagandas. It will not work in Okrika land. It will not work. You don't open your mouth, they talk say Okuja Guama, Ojirimba Ama, and Duma Ama, say na Igbo communities. Is it because some of them speak Igbo? Make I remind you, say some of our fathers, our founding fathers, marry Igbo women. And make I still remind you, say some of our fathers, our brothers, our uncles, where they marry some of those Igbo women, some of those women, they come with children. Some they come with male children, female children. Come stay with our brothers, our uncle, and our fathers. Because of say we don't get anything like Osu for our place, we don't discriminate in each other land. Our father will raise those children like their own. Those children go grow, marry, born. Answer that same man we marry their mama come. Name. We never, if now, go call them us. When I go limit them for some certain things. You're calling you just because of say, me that is talking to you. I'm a great granddaughter in Igbo land. Does that make me an Igbo girl? Does that make me an Igbo girl? My grandmother was married happily. I don't know what is your problem. Some of una will be Igbo people. Now una they make Nigeria never produced Igbo president lately. Because of this una mentality. Some of una not even know how the reason. Somebody say, I am not your brother. I don't want to associate myself with you. We can be friends, we can be neighbors, but we are not brothers. Learn to respect people's decision.
We, the members of RIC, have never said that all Okrika are of Igbo descent. If you check most of our posts, you will see that we stated that some, and those some are the majority. Majority descent of Okrika are Igbos. It's only minorities who are those offspring of those Ejo fishermen who settled in Okrika, lake areas, beach areas, waterfronts. The indigenous Okrika people are Igbos. This document that I'm posting here is stating it. Is documented in the archive of River State. Before River State was created, it was documented. It was stated that Okrika is a mixed tribe, and the majority are Igbos. Igbo descent of the Ndokis. They are part of the Ndoki descent. Igbos, the Ibani. So when you are coming and you are shouting, you are lamenting, it's not about lamenting. It's not about lamenting. Your language is your identity. Your language is your identity. Your culture. Your culture. It's not only Ijaw people that practice all these water cultures, practices. We Igbos are also part of it. We all lived together. So most of the cultures that even the Ijaws are practicing, they collect it from the Igbo, because we the Igbos are majority. In this region, we are the majority. Understand? Every other tribe cannot compare their population with the Igbo nation. All the tribes in the south and the southeast cannot compare their population with the Igbo own. So most of the culture and the tradition that you guys are practicing are collected from the Igbos. So we have never said that Okrika is all round Ijaw. But the thing is that the majority, the people that owns the tribe called Okrika, are the Igbos. Are we the Igbos? And we are not apologetical about it. We cannot apologize about it. This is the fact, and that is the fact. Check the document here and you will see. This is the fact. So it's not about you coming to cry. It's not about you coming to lament. My sister, lamenting will not change your ancestry. Lamenting, if you are a descent of the Ijaw blood, no wahala. But leave those ones who are of the Igbo blood. We are not fighting with anybody. We are only pointing out the true facts. The true facts. We are not fighting you. The truth is just fighting you. The truth is what is paining most of you guys. We are not fighting anybody. Anyone who wants to identify with the Igbos as his own ancestry, if you have discovered it, leave him alone. Leave him alone. And stop encroaching on any tribe. You know that these people are Igbo people. Stop encroaching on them.
All right, you have seen it, and I love the response that guy gave that lady. Yes, like I said, people can come from different location and made up a town, depending on the ancient people, their agreement. They decide to, okay, let's accommodate each other, and they will stay. Language is the traceable way you can know where you are from. Language is one of the, it's not that the only language, but it's one of the physical things that people can be able to trace you. And this our brother, I know him. I know he's from Ikwere. This one I'm going to show you now is from Ikwere. And I love what this guy is doing all this while. In fact, all of our Igbo creators, content creators are doing very well. I love that, honestly. And on the other hand, we need to put more pressure on the Igbo speaking. Yes, this one we are speaking here is just for the communication, but at home, to our children, we need to improve on that. Very important, not only to hear, but to speak. Very important. Don't miss that though, because this is the only thing you can pass to your children and let them grow with it. Because what is happening now is mind-blowing in terms of language, Igbo language. Egwudekwa. Onye ọbụla ga-agbawa mbọ gbasiwe mbọ ike ka ụmụ ya na-asụ Igbo ọfụma. Ọ dị mkpa. Well, let's hear what this our brother said in response to that, all those things that happened. This our brother tried to harness the event and make his own presentation. And if you watch, that is very true. Most times we are always on the defensive side. Maybe a small thing, something will happen like this. You don't leave your business. Begin the defense. They defend. But initially, you don't have that time. Bring out time to make one or two presentation. Little research. This is what you know, and present it. Not when somebody do something now. We are only good at reacting, reactions. The guy is saying that he's not good, and he's saying it with emphasis. Let's watch him first. We are coming back.
As I speak to you, this very girl now, she did viral now. She's an Okrika girl. Because she came out to just say Okrika people has nothing to do with Igbo. And she was referring to proudly Okrika, our brother Ojimba, whose community is Ojimba community in Okrika. Now, the young man is simply saying that we are Igbos, that they are Igbos. And he's fetching out evidences. This very girl came out with emotions, and was speaking what she does not even know. And then all of a sudden, Igbos don't fool that page. Igbos don't fool that page, oh. Like this, Igbos don't fool, oh. What are they doing there? They are simply making her viral. The algorithm will begin to refer this girl's video to all their friends. So if you are an Igbo man now and you're going to comment in that kind of page now, all your friends will be seeing that page. Now, they are making the girls go viral. But then, do you know that this our brother who is an Okrika man, who is saying that he's an Igbo man, he has been on the internet for more than 6 or 7 months or 8 months. And I have been the one sharing his page just for him to go viral. None of our brothers, they need to even share in page. Sir. He will come up with historic facts and all that. They need to share in post. Then go just there, they look at him and say, good. He doesn't go viral. Igbos don't come out with facts to affirm what he's saying as truth. Under his comment section, you go see empty comment. But just another Okrika person will come oppose this young man now. See Igbos don't fool that place. They don't make him viral. Now, this guy's page now will be just about 5,000 something. Today, now, as I speak to you, it's about 9,000 plus. Proudly Okrika have been in IIC movement here in River State and have been very diligent with it. Nobody they hear about them. But now this guy will come oppose them from the same Okrika. Everywhere don't fool. Igbo don't fool there. Igbo don't fool there like this as I speak to you. So sometimes they wonder. Now we they use our hand, they cause our own problem. We are just too good in defending. We are not good in attacking. We no follow for anything attack. We are just good defenders. And our own defense, we are not even good defenders. Even our own form of kind of defend itself. When you go under the comment section, you see that is lacking no facts, no historic facts, no historic link, no record or evidences to prove that what this person is saying is true. You just see them mere emotional talk and they begin to vomit. Don't you know that you people are Igbo? Don't you know that that is just what you see on the comment section. We are the one causing our problem. With defensiveness, too much defense. Our own defense is not very porous defense. Oh. They say we defend, but very porous with no fact, no evidence. Go and do research. Now problem. Most of us are so lame in our argument. Our argument very lame. And some people could just come now. You go put something. Say this is the way. We are trying to unite today. Now you go see some Igbos. Now then they can't even want spoil what they do. We where we they fight the unity. Within the field though. We are on the field. We not be content creator. I'm not a content creator. That's why you see my page now. I don't go and check my post. The highest post I have made is 2,000 plus since I began till now. Go and check other people. 2,300. Some now almost 6,000 because I'm not a content creator. I only post what is reasonable as long as I'm concerned. I don't use it for any form of funds. This young man have been there doing his work diligently. Nobody did. But today, another girl don't go talk something contrary to what he has been saying. And now all of a sudden now, the whole place all full with Igbo. Commenting and commenting and commenting with no evidence. We are not helping ourselves. Oh. This is our defensiveness. They help us. Look at our pages. We are the ones carrying out this kind of very dangerous task of bringing Igbos together. You know, go see people come appreciate. You know, go see people come, but now wait till them go come on our page, because even they talk about very trivial matters of Romo, Arrow, why you know come out Arrow, why you know come out Arrow for the names. That they're very stupid people, very stupid individuals, very stupid and very brainless people. They don't know what is psychology, don't know how to reunite themselves. Every time they want to bring out matter where they irrelevant. That's how they are fighting in the country today. That's why they are fighting somebody who has sacrificed everything in his life to a struggle. And the person is serving prison. These people are very bad people. Though. Some of these people, when they see them, just like make I just carry something, just eat them, make them just buy all these bad, evil, useless, brainless people for Igbo land. So that we can have a sane nation as Igbo people. Look at it now. This guy don't blow. Look at this guy. She don't blow like this. Everywhere. From 5,000 something followers now and 9,000 plus. They go, see they read. Imagine. Nonsense. She should just allow this girl to be. But she just talk. Let her feed those people that she feels like feeding. Those Yoruba people where they support her. Those Ijaw people where they support her. Let her feed. Look at it. Share Ijaw people and Benin people they fight today. Has Igbo people gone there to go and instigate them or put fire? Say make the fight continue or try to support either of them? No. These are just mere small tribes. And we are like the elders. And we have never fought these people. We have never, no history has stated that Igbo tribe or Igbo extraction has ever fought the Ijaw or Benin. Because Benin itself are Igbos. Benin itself are Igbos. And the Ijaws you are seeing today are Igbos. So we have not fought them, but these minority tribes now, I want to take style, and next Igbo extraction. It's not done now. It's not done. And that is why Ojimba is there fighting for this cause, but nobody they go comment there. They no good share them. Very bad people.
So you've heard that heartfelt, expression coming from that young man. I know him. I used to see his posts, once like that, and sometimes I repost. Yes, the guy did a good job. What he said is absolutely correct. The way we follow this our ancestry and the lineage issue with kid gloves is not encouraging. You must come out fully and do the needful. Yes, let people know that we know what we are saying and we are in charge of that situation. Yes, I am going to move down to what this man said, and it's not different from what I said before, that we all have genetic lineage. Aside, I'm not talking about the North, I mean Ijaws, the Igbos and the Benins, even Yorubas, all these, West African, some of this area, we all have same genetic connection, and we are yet to identify how these things works. But the one I will tell you for sure is that you see the Eri Kingdom, the Igbo lineage, all these other small ethnic groups around Igbos, we all have the same lineage. We all have the same Igboid, it's called Igboid connection. But it's just that research has not been able to prove exactly how these things happen. You know, these things happened millions of years ago. You know, to how to get these actual connections is not, you know, yet proven by genetics, but genetically it has been proven that they are all connected. At least this area that I've mentioned. But let's hear from this our man. He has something to tell us on that regard. He mentioned the Ogoni, that the Ogoni are the only people that came. But if you look at it deeply, Ogoni still have connections in the genetic connections of these people, all these people around. Yes, he said they came from Congo, yes. But within that Congo, all these our areas, we still have the same connection. Well, we are going too far. As if we are going too far, but let's hear him first. Though it's good to finish with the local one that is giving us headache here before we travel far. But because of this video this man made, I decided to bring it up. Let's go.
The only people in today's River State that were not part of the Aro Confederacy are the Ogoni. Ogonis came from Bakongo. Bakongo today is shared into 3 countries: Congo, Kinshasa, Congo, Brazzaville, and Angola. So they came here, but after the Emancipation Proclamation, they were kept where they are. And that's what it is. The rest of them, everybody, are Igbo. So the idea of telling me, who was born in Diobu, who grew up around Port Harcourt, trekking from Diobu to Nembe Waterside, from Nembe Waterside to Rumumasi, where my sister got married, that I should deny my heritage. That's nonsense. But of course, there are Igbos willing to deny their heritage. You can see it. And that's why you say, when those things happen, what is it? Is the Nigerian state putting pressure on them? Port Harcourt was renamed in 1913. The real name of that place is Iguacha. Iguacha, it means in Igbo, white hill. It was renamed in 1913 to honor Lord Vernon Harcourt, who at that time was Secretary of the Colonies in the British government. Because Port Harcourt was being used as a staging post to export the coal that Dabi Onyema was bringing from the mines in Enugu. And that's what it is. So whether you want to deny who you are or not, I see myself as a rivers man. Me and Wike, we are Aro Ikwere. It was the Aro that were there, the Aro Confederacy. That's what it is. So if you now want me to deny my heritage because you want me to gain acceptance, I would not agree. Okay. You know, but I also see he's united quite a lot of us. Some people who were not there, like the Ezon, are now beginning to also cry. The Ezon were promised to be part of the new Nigeria in '66 if they join the civil war on the federal side. What have they gotten? Even when they were promised Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt was removed from them by Abacha. And everything you have today in River State were all people who were under the Igbo Aro Confederacy that lasted from 1640 to 1900.
Yes, ndị nkem jibiri asị m onye ọbụla birikwa o ka anyị biri o. Yes, Igbo language is very sweet and as different, you know, what is it called? Different tongues and different dialects. You know, every dialect has its own unique sweetness. That is the way it is. Yes, I'm not going to bore you. Let's watch this update concerning an event having Igbo background. Let's go.
Have you ever wondered why some of the most unforgettable valedictory speeches begin with ancient wisdom instead of modern words? A young African graduate stood before thousands and opened his speech with a simple but profound Igbo truth. It takes a community to raise a child. While he called it a Nigerian proverb, many Igbo people will instantly recognize the timeless wisdom behind it. Otu aka anaghị azụ nwa. One hand cannot raise a child. But who is Brian Nira? Why did he choose this message to begin one of the most important speeches of his life? And how did those few words captivate an audience and leave them a lasting impression. Let's uncover the inspiring story behind the man, the message, and the remarkable speech that continues to touch hearts around the world.
There's a famous Nigerian proverb that says it takes a whole village to raise one child. The meaning of this proverb is that the upbringing of a single child is an effort that can only be successfully completed by the collective efforts of a community of people, sowing into the life of the child, training the child in the ways of the village, and even disciplining them so they can grow up to be successful and independent human beings. Everyone in the village gets involved in this process of raising the child. Moms and dads, siblings, cousins, grandparents, and even neighbors. Everyone in the village carries within them something that the little child is going to need in order to successfully grow up. In the same spirit of the African proverb, I want to submit to each person sitting here on this momentous occasion that it takes the whole ORU community to raise a whole person. My name is Brian Nira, and on behalf of the Oral Roberts University class of 2014, I want to thank each person in the ORU community who has helped us come to this point in our lives where we have the opportunity to walk across this stage, having finished 4 rigorous years of preparation. Dr. Wilson, thank you for stepping into this role and inspiring the student body with your humility and burning desire to see young people turn the world upside down for the cause of Christ in whatever field that they've been called to. Board of Trustees and Chair of the Board, Rob Hoskins, thank you for constantly working to place this university in a position where we can grow and see the founding vision expanded. Faculty, thank you for constantly presenting us with content that has challenged our minds. I'm fully persuaded that there is no other university on the planet that has faculty who are as in love with their students as you all are. Administration, deans, vice presidents, your tireless work has paved the way for each and every single student here at ORU to have the best experience possible. Now, it would be easy for me to stop the thank yous right here and move on with this speech, but I would be completely remiss if I didn't stop and thank the ladies in the post office who work so hard to make sure our care packages from mom and dad are successfully delivered to us. Or Miss Val and Miss Pansy. Come on now. For making our saga experience the best experience for the last 4 years. Or Miss Lozetta, who sits desk through the night in EMR. In EMR. To make sure her boys stay safe. Or all of the janitorial and grounds crew staff that make sure our university stays clean and aesthetically pleasing. Thank you. To our parents who have constantly encouraged us with their words of affirmation, and most importantly, their checks to financial aid every single year. To lifelong friends who have been made. It's because of you that this ORU experience has been one of a kind. You see, Without the help of each group of people who were just named, it would be impossible for each graduate to be sitting where they are today. It takes each and every single person in the ORU community working together in unity to raise a whole person. Each person is invaluable on the quest that we have been on for the last 4 years to become whole persons. And though we haven't reached the pinnacle of wholeness just yet, I can assure you that because of the training and development and love and relationship that we have received, we have been adequately equipped to walk out the journey towards being whole persons. To the class of 2014, when Jesus was hanging on the cross, before he breathed his last breath, he spoke 3 words that will forever reverberate through the sound waves of history. It is finished. When Jesus proclaimed those 3 words and hung his head, it was not just a signal of his death. It was a cry of victory. When Jesus said those 3 words and hung his head and breathed his last breath, the ground began to shake, stones began to split, and the veil of the temple was torn in 2, giving us access into the family of God by his finished work upon the cross, ultimately altering the course of history. No, ultimately altering the course of eternity forever. There is power in finishing. By completing your respective degree programs and ultimately being obedient to God during this season of life, you have opened up the door for God to use your life to make history. Romans 8:19 says that creation waits in eager expectation for the sons of God to be revealed. Class of 2014, let me tell you, the world is waiting for us. Nelson Mandela said that education is the single most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Class of 2014, let me tell you, the world is ready for us to come with every tool we have been equipped with during our time at ORU. It has searched and searched and searched for the answers to its problems, but soon it is going to have to search no more, because we have been equipped to bring them the kingdom. I leave you today with the words of Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with the dreamer. Always remember, always remember, always remember. You have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Father God, I thank you that you have endued the class of 2014 with power from on high to be your witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the uttermost bounds of the earth. May we go with boldness. Amen.
As you have just witnessed, that wasn't just another valedictory speech. It was a message rooted in gratitude, purpose, and the understanding that no one succeeds alone. The young man you just watched is Brian Nira, a Zimbabwean-born singer, songwriter, speaker, and a graduate of Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in United States of America. In 2014, he was chosen to deliver the students' response, the valedictory address, on behalf of his graduating class, a testament to both his character and his ability to inspire. Years later, Brian would go on to gain international recognition through his appearance on NBC's The Voice, while continuing to use his platform to encourage young people around the world. What makes this speech especially meaningful is not only Brian's eloquence, but the timeless wisdom with which he began. His opening words, "It takes a community to raise a child," echo a truth deeply cherished across Africa, especially the Igbo proverb, "Otu aka na-azụ nwa." One person, one hand cannot raise a child. Every achievement is built on the sacrifices, guidance, prayers, and encouragement of others. Here at Enuane Cultural Forum, we believe that celebrating these stories is more important than preserving history. It's inspiring the next generation to embrace excellence, honor their roots, and recognize the values that unite African cultures around the world. If this speech inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a student, a parent, a teacher, or someone pursuing their dreams. And if you're new to Enuane Cultural Forum, subscribe and join us as we continue to showcase remarkable valedictory speeches and inspiring journeys of Africans, especially of the Igbo tribe across the world. Until next time, remember, greatness is rarely achieved alone. It is nurtured by a community, strengthened by culture, and fulfilled through purpose. My name, once again, is Prince Onwadenem Ngozi Chukwuka Fortune.
Yes, my people, I thank you for coming along with me. Please, if you have not subscribed to YangaLife channel, click on the subscription button, notification bell, like our videos, and don't forget to share it. Share them till I come your way next time. I say bye.